Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video is going to be a special first of many videos for this month, which we are calling on E.T.N Dragon Month. Okay guys, welcome back. So, Dragon Month, yes. So, I decided that I want to every month do a theme, and within that theme review movies revolving it and maybe talk about other topics. And this video we're going to start off with a Dragon movie review, and the first one we're going to do is Eragon. Yes, Eragon, which came out a couple of years back. Actually, it's been a while since that movie's come out. And it's based on a book, and a book that was written by a young man. And he was 15 at the time he wrote it. And I'll put his name in the description. It escapes me now, but I'll look it up. And I'll leave a link if you guys want to check it out, if for those of you who have never read it. But Eragon was a movie about basically a boy and his dragon. And it's... Before I get into it, when I first saw the movie, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because I did not read the book. I knew nothing of the story. And I just love dragons. So if there's a dragon in a movie, chances are I'm going to love it by default. And the story basically is about there was once a time within the movie that there was dragon riders. These men would have dragons that they rode. They rode to war. They had a connection. If the warrior died, so would the dragon. However, if the dragon died, the warrior would remain alive. And there was just a bond. And these eggs, these dragon eggs, would only hatch when they were near their rider, the person that they were destined to be with. And they would get this mark on their hand to represent that they are a dragon rider. And in this movie, the dragon riders are all but extinct. There's one that remains, and then there's Eragon, who finds out after a turn of events that he is a dragon rider. Now, the book, once again, I've never read the book, but what I found out later in regards to the book compared to the movie was a significant chopping, okay? And for those of you who've read the book and seen the movie, I'm sure you understand where I'm going with this. And, you know, looking back at the movie now, because obviously I watched it again recently, and, you know, even there was one scene at the time I originally saw it that this didn't make sense to me, which is how the dragon grew up in a matter of like 5 minutes. You know, it just was not quite believable. It just kind of didn't make sense. And then when you find out that later in the story that it took a substantial amount of time for the dragon to grow, you could see that obviously they rushed the movie. And we don't know why they did what they did in the movie. You know, when you think about Eragon and you look at the cast, you know, you got Jeremy Irons, okay? You got John Malkovich, okay? Even Rachel Weisz does the voice of Saphira, the lady dragon that belongs to Eragon. I mean, that's a good cast. It's a good cast. And, I mean, let's put it this way. You think about it. John Malkovich plus Jeremy Irons plus dragons should equal epic. And it didn't. It didn't. Now, there were epic moments in the movie. One of my favorite scenes in the movie is at the end when Eragon comes out of the cave with Saphira and she's got all this armor and she finally breathes fire for the first time. Incredible. But, you know, there's other parts of the movie, like I said, the dragon growing within a matter of minutes. It had this feel that you know, when you see this movie, it makes you think this should be on Lord of the Rings level. But it always fell short. It always, and sometimes it fell really, really down. Because it's almost like they didn't go that extra mile. Like they were afraid to go that extra mile. And maybe they knew, look, we're cutting so much stuff that people are not going to like this movie. Let's just bank on the fact that it has a dragon in it. And look, the fact that it's never had any sequels, even though the book has had sequels, the fact that it's never had any sequels is just a testament to how bad the movie was received, especially by book readers. Looking back at it now, you know, there's still parts of the movie that I do love. That one scene I just spoke of, I really love Saphira. I do. I really love the dragon, the way she communicates with Eragon. You know, Rachel Weisz, it's funny because her voice acting to me, it was like when I listened to her speak in the movie, I'm thinking to myself, she doesn't really sound very emotional. But then I'm thinking to myself, well, I got to remember, she's playing a dragon here. She's not playing a human. And she still did show, or at least give Saphira some sort of humanity with the way she connected with Eragon. And there were some cool things about it. Like, for example, Eragon could cast a spell so he could see through the eyes of Saphira. And I liked the way they approached the magic in the movie. A little bit more than, they gave you a little bit more than what you get in like Lord of the Rings, like when Gandalf is trying to cast a spell and he only does it very few. But they don't make it too overpowering. They don't make it something that you can dominate with. Because even though Eragon could cast a fire spell, or he could cast a spell that would root people, he would have to be very careful because it would drain his power. A couple of times in the movie, it almost killed him. So that was fine. The dragon was fine. Look, Jeremy Irons was fine in his role, despite the fact that he died the way he did. And he kind of died so you didn't spend a lot of time with him. You hardly got to spend any time with John Malkovich. And the war at the end just fell so short. It wasn't as epic as I felt it should have been. I don't know. I mean, it was great to see Saphira flying down and burning people, but it just wasn't that epic. There just was missing some things. Even to this day, I'm like, I don't know. And maybe it's because we look at a movie like Lord of the Rings and we think that's the bar we set. You know, that's the bar we set for those kinds of wars in a fantasy realm, in a fantasy setting. And it fell short bad. It did. Now, the gentleman who plays the Shade was the highlight of the movie in terms of villain. He was a great villain. He was definitely one of the standouts in this movie. The boy who played Eragon was fine. I personally didn't have any problem with him. He seemed okay. I think the movie overall just missed bad. It just missed. It was the kind of movie that had the potential to hit a home run, and it struck out with the bases loaded. That's basically what the movie's about. Some parts of it were really cool, really sweet, really nice, but in overall, it just wasn't that great. And it's tough for me to say that because I love dragons. And this is going to be Dragon Month on E.T.N. We're going to do some other reviews for other dragon movies, Reign of Fire, Dragon Slayer, Desolation of Smog. We'll discuss that one. And we're also going to talk about dragons overall, you know. We're going to discuss the whole mythicism behind it, why people love it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do this periodically throughout the month. I figure that's the best way for me to do it. I don't want to set days because days for me always change. But I definitely want to do a monthly theme on different things. This month we are doing dragons. And next month I'm thinking maybe aliens. That would be fun. But we'll see, unless there's something you guys want me to theme up for next month. But right now it's going to be dragons. So that's my review for Eragon. What did you think of the movie? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you read the book? Book readers would just forget it. They were just trouncing this movie. And knowing what I know now about the book from friends who have read it, they have every right to be. Apparently they butchered the book going into the movie. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. This is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the Nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit E.T.N's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.